you doing, everyone? My name is Eddie, and today we're going to be doing a shock change, a rear shock change on a 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe. I'm also doing the strut change, but that'll be in a different video. So before I start, I do have a business that I've decided that I would do these videos for to see if I can get some advertising done, and they're a golf item. It's called the Range Pro Tee. And what it is a tee that you use on the practice range, so you don't have to chase your tee around. So if this video is beneficial, you like it, go to my site, buy yourself a Range Pro tee. Let's get started. So before we get started, I'm going to jack it up and remove the tires. So after you take the tire off, now you have to take a splash guard off here, because there's one bolt up here that you cannot get to. And even if you could get to it, you can't take the bracket off without taking this splash guard. So splash guard comes off. So now as you're looking at the wheel here, forward, you'll see a 10mm nut has to be taken off. Nut's taken off, little splash guard comes off there. Now there's a nut on the back of the shock here, 19mm. We'll go ahead and take that off. Okay, now that we've taken that off, and I'm tired because it took longer than it should have, it was really tight, we're going to address these 4 bolts right here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they are a 17mm. There you go. With that cap removed, after you've taken those 4 bolts off, now you reach this little gem right here, which I didn't have a socket for. I'm not even sure what size it is, but 15/16 in standard gets to it. So that's what I had to use. This happens to be the mother of all bolts here. It's loose right now. So just for your entertainment, it probably has about, I don't know, 3 inches of threads. So I'm going to entertain you with how long it takes to get this sucker out. Tools and everything. That's what it looks like. Unbelievable. Well, and there you go. So when you're installing the new shock, I'm going to try to show you, it has this little unit here. That should face forward to house this little, let me see what I got here, this little guy here, right? It's gonna be a protector for your shock on the front. So you have to have that facing forward. And it is also easier to put the bottom of the shock in first. And also, didn't tell you, apparently, I don't know if you can see this right here, but they have a, this one has some kind of protruding things. They don't do anything. They're not supposed to be anywhere. I guess not, but these go out. So this is the way the shock would be in, and then have the unit forward. And of course, this unit right here spins. You could spin this while you hold this, so align it to where it needs to be. Align it to where it needs to be with this that way and this forward, and then stick the bottom on. What the heck, man? You have to push this down just a tad, to get the mother of all bolts in, but push it down a little bit. Now that bad boy is in, let's go ahead and put that bracket back. Now we're going to go ahead and tighten this bolt right here and put the splash shield back on. So it looks like the actual changing of the shock is complete. So now we got to put the splash shield back on, put the tire back on, and we're all set. So here it is, all finished. A couple things to go over before we close this off is, number one, the mother of all bolts. It might have looked like I did not tighten that down, but I did tighten that down off camera pretty tight. So number two, the other side is exactly the same exact side, except you're doing it on the other side of the car. And three, I compress the shocks and let them expand 3 to 5 times before I install them. It's recommended. I don't know why, so I did it. So I hope you had fun. I had fun. No, I didn't have fun. But if you like the video and you appreciate me putting out this information, go to my website, www.rangeprot.com. Buy a Range Pro tee for yourself or one of your friends. Thanks.